So if you were going somewhere and probably on a road trip, and you're like at some point you are lost. Let's say you want to put your destination on Google Maps. It will ask you where you are, right? So if you don't know where you are, how do you get to your destination? I know, right? You can't. So you have to know where you are. That is the same thing with business. For you to go from one place, if you're stuck in somewhere, you need to know where exactly you are stuck before you can go to another place, before you can move on. So without understanding that, it's very difficult to move. It's very difficult to go to your destination. So that is what it means to understand the stages of business. If you do not know the different stages of business and know what stage that you are in, it is almost impossible to go to the next stage. You're just going to be running around in that stage, confused. It's like a roadblock. You're not going to know where to go to next and what you even need to get to the next stage or to navigate that stage. You don't know the stage, you can't navigate the stage. So if you want to understand the stages of business and know what stage you are in so that you can finally get to your destination, keep watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Strategy Sunday. Oh, it feels good to be back again. I did not film last week. The episode for last week is what we are, putting out today, and I think I missed you guys. It was a week and I missed you guys. I am glad to be back. Last week was the body just did its thing and I just needed to rest a bit. I am back and this is what we were supposed to do last week. Now, let's move on to our topic for today. Okay, the last episode we talked about the drivers of business. Now, if you understand the drivers of business, then this episode is going to be easier for you, because you cannot even navigate this without understanding the drivers of business. So you have to go back to that last episode to understand the drivers of business, because that is what's going to help you move forward. Now, let's get into it. As I said, you can't go from one location to the next one without knowing exactly where you are. If I'm going to maybe, let's say, Wuse, for example, I'm in Abuja. So I'm going to Wuse. Now I want to put my location or my destination on Google Map. It's going to pick my location, right? Where I'm currently at. And if it can determine my location, how will it determine how I'm going to get to where I'm going to? Right? You can't. If I'm going to maybe, let's say I'm going out of state. I'm taking a flight to Lagos. Now, it has to ask you where you're coming from, right? And you're going to put Abuja. So you're going from Abuja to Lagos. So if you don't know, if you don't have, you can't go to Lagos without knowing where you're coming, where your location, your current location, right? So that's the same thing with business. If you don't know your current position, where you are at in business, you cannot go to the next level. You cannot go to the next destination. You can't scale the business. So today's episode, I'm going to be explaining the stages of business. That way, when you understand the stages of business and you know what stage you are in, you know how you can go from that stage to the next stage. So the first stage of business is called the treadmill operator. You know what a treadmill is, right? You're running on it. So you have to be the one working for it to, run, right? You're on it. Now, this is the stage of business where you are the one doing everything. You are the accountant, you are the marketing person, you're the salesperson, you're the receptionist, you're the customer care rep, everything. You have to be present. You are the one generating the revenue. At that stage, the business can't function without you. You're everything to the business. You're the mover and the shaker. That's the time where you have to wake up in the morning early, you have to be at work, you have to be present 100%. So if you are at this point, and if your business right now is going through that stage where you are currently the mover and shaker, without you, maybe your tailors can't do anything, or you have to be there 100%. My love, you are at the treadmill operator stage. You are everything to that business. You are the revenue generator. Everything relies on you. So if you are at the position where in your business right now, you are everything, you're the revenue generator, you are everything to your business. Without you, tailors are not working. Without you, your staff, nobody can do anything without you. You are the treadmill operator stage. You are the treadmill operator stage. You are everything to the business. You're the revenue generator. So that's the first stage of business, the stage where everything depends on you. From this stage, you move to the next stage, which is the Pathfinder stage. Now, at this stage, you have a team, but they lack the ability to work without you. They lack they don't understand your business enough. So you're delegating work, but they can't still do that work without you 100%. You're still needed. You still have to be present. You're still always at work. That stage is called the Pathfinder stage, where you have a team, you're delegating, but you are still very much needed in the business. From that stage, you go to the next stage, which is called the Trailblazer stage. Now, at the Trailblazer stage, you have people in your team that understand your business. You have some team members that can help you, do things even when you're not there, but you don't know how to scale what you've built. You're confused on what to do, how to scale it, how to get it from that point to make money out of it. But you have people. This is the time where you start, trying to acquire more leadership skill. That is the time when you need more and more knowledge. You have realized that the things that you knew in the other stage, Pathfinder, Treadmill Operator, they are not going to help you scale your business right now. That's the time that you start advancing your own self, your team members, trying to find what works and what doesn't work. And at this point, you start setting long-term goals for your business. Also start appointing, your team members for leadership roles, to fill up gaps and all of that. Because you have qualified people now. You have people you can trust. You have people that are, good, that have proven themselves good enough to handle certain parts of your business. That is called the Trailblazer stage. At this stage, things are flowing, but you're still confused on how to scale. You're still not understanding what to do next to scale. From that stage, when you're able to navigate the Trailblazer stage, you get to a more relaxing stage where you are now reaping the fruit of your hard work. The reward of all that you have put in from all the other stages. And this stage is called the peak performer stage. Now, this is a stage where your team, you yourself, you are at a good place. You have the right team. You have the people that you can leave things for, and things are going to be done. Your process, your structure is in place, everything is working. But at this stage, there's a warning. Do not get comfortable. This is not the time to get comfortable. This is the time to put in more work. Your structure, your process, they are all working now, but make sure not to get comfortable. Else things could easily fall apart. But you are in a more comfortable position. You're now reaping the fruit, the reward of all your hard work. And this is called the peak performer stage. This is at the peak. You know, when you say you have gotten to the peak of something, it is easy for it to go down, and it's easy for it to keep going up. So you need a lot more work for it to even go up than for it to come down. So this stage can easily go downhill if you get too comfortable, if your staff get too comfortable. So you need to keep putting in the work, but you are at a more relaxed position where, things can function a bit better. Your process, your structure, your system is working. You have put in systems, you have put in processes that can work without you being there. So that is called, again, the peak performance stage. From that stage, you get to the last stage. There are 5 stages. I'll go over them again. We have the treadmill operator stage, where you are the soul, you're the soul of the business. Everything revolves around you. And then we have the Pathfinder stage, where you now have, people around that can help, but you are still needed in the business. Then we move to the next stage, the third stage, the Trailblazer stage, where you have people you can rely on now. You have, people in the team that work without you there, or, that you can put in leadership position, but you are finding it hard to scale the business, to scale everything that you have built. You are now going to be requiring more leadership skill, more knowledge, more things to help you scale. Then from there, if you're able to tackle that, you get to the peak performance stage. That's your peak. That is where you either come down or you keep going up. You either come down or you keep going up. When you're able to overcome this stage where it now feels like you are running a business instead of the business running you, you get into the last stage, which is the legacy builder stage. Now, this is the time where you are going to be handing over your business to someone else so that the business can keep living. A lot of people do not get to the legacy builder stage because they feel like their business should be about them, for them, and only about them. They don't feel anybody else can do their business the way they can. They don't feel they are supposed to be grooming somebody to take over the business, to keep growing the business, for the business to outlive them. Most business people, small business people, don't think that their business should outlive them. They want their business to revolve around them. No, your business should outlive you. That is what you should be working towards, to get to the legacy builder stage, where your business can literally, if you're no longer there, if you're not alive, if anything happens, your business outlives you. You are building a business, you should be thinking of how it's going to outlive you. Generations to come, not for your business to only revolve around you. Without you, your business goes downhill. So if you get to the legacy builder stage, you know that you have, you've gone through all of it. You have this is like fulfillment. That is fulfillment in business, is when your business can live without you. If you're building a business that cannot live without you, my love, you're not in business. Your business is running you. You're not running the business. When you get to a position where you are now running a business and you get to the legacy builder stage, that's it. You can go and relax, hand it over to someone, and keep receiving your reward, while other people, the business keeps evolving from one person to the next person. that is the business that you are supposed to be building. A business that can outlive the founder. Now, to know what stage of business that you are in today, ask yourself, what am I struggling with at the moment? Am I running this business or the business is running me? Do I have team members that I can trust? Do I understand what it takes to scale my business right now? Can my business function without me? Lastly, do I have one person that I have trained that if I'm not here today, this person would grow this business the same way or even better than I'm doing it? If you're able to answer these questions, you would for sure know what stage of business that you are in. And with the help of the drivers that I mentioned in the previous episode, you'll be able to move from that stage to the next stage, to the next stage, and to the next stage. I hope I've helped you today, understand your business better, understand what stage of your business, your current location. I have helped you know your current location so that you can get to your destination. Without knowing your current location, you can't get to your destination. Answer these questions that I have asked so that you can understand where you're going to. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe so we can keep growing, keep evolving strategically and intentionally together. Until next Sunday, bye.